Are you tired of being stuck in your job? In this video here, guys, I'm going to give you a couple of remedies you can use to get yourself unstuck out of a job. I'm going to define what stuck means and give you the opportunity to take action to become unstuck. Christopher Harrell, workwithchrisharrell.com, guys, and I'm actually about to take off here and go to the gym. But I want to make this video for you real quick because most of you know me, some of you might not. And for those who do not know me, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I've been an individual that's always owned a business since 1998. I got started in the music business back in 1998, but while I was in the music business, I had up and down success. And you still can see some of my studio stuff behind me right now. Up and down success, but it was never enough to sustain for a long period of time. So in the meanwhile, in that process, I always had to have another job. And some folks can't relate to this, but I know there are a few people out there who just have this entrepreneurial spirit within yourself, this desire to succeed on your own, and where you just cannot function properly in a job environment. It doesn't matter how good you can be, how well you can succeed, because trust me, I've had jobs where I excel. I took on sales jobs, guys, where I actually absolutely excelled in those businesses. I became some of the top sales reps in that particular company. I won trips to the Bahamas and Vegas and all kinds of exotic places, but it still did not fulfill me. I always wanted to do my thing. I always had to, because it was inside of my heart. You know, there's some people feel they're called to be doctors and lawyers and attorneys and all that kind of stuff, and I've always been called to be an entrepreneur. Now, when you're out there and you take that huge leap, because why? Most people are afraid to take that leap. I mean, statistics say, and this is a true statistic, that 80% of people today who are fully employed or working a job, 80% of those people are not in their dream job, meaning that they're not what they're supposed to be. They're not where they're called to be. Some of those folks are called to be entrepreneurs, to help other people, to help stimulate the economy, because that's what entrepreneurs do. But since they allowed the fear of failure, procrastination, excuses, their environment, and all kinds of other so-called logical reasons not to pursue their dream, they tend to settle. But I'm an individual that couldn't settle. And when I realized that there are other people out there just like me, you feel stuck when you're in a cubicle. You feel stuck when someone's telling you what time you can go to lunch. You feel stuck when someone's telling you what time you got to be in the office. You feel stuck when someone's telling you when you can go home. You feel stuck when you got to try to get Christmas vacation a year out in advance because everybody wants Christmas and Thanksgiving week off, when you got to bid for it and put in for it, and when someone can tell you yes and no, and when you can go on break. You feel stuck because why? You feel that you're called to be something better than that. You're called to be something greater than that. And if you're like me, it doesn't matter what job you're in, how much money you can make. You're not ever going to be fully satisfied because you're called to do something greater. You're called to do something higher. And the ways you can get unstuck is that you just got to take action, guys. It's not like I got to sit there and give you some special philosophy here. Somebody hit a home run, Rangers on. You just got to take action. You just got to take action, guys. You got to say, you know what? This is what I'm called to do. See the baseball game on behind me, guys? It's the Rangers playing somebody. But you just got to say, you know what? This is what I'm called to do. I know it's going against the norm. I know it's going against what society is telling me I should do with my life. Society tells you to do what? To follow the system. Go to school, get good grades, get a job, try to get promoted, work their job 30, 40 years. But all of us know that's not true. All of us know that's not happening today, but we still buy into that lie. Then we look at the entrepreneur, and here's the deal. This is why a lot of people are afraid to jump into entrepreneurship. It's because they're afraid of failure. But actually, they're afraid of what other people are going to think about them. Because why? Well, you're going to struggle for a bit. Because you're growing the business, you're developing new skills, you're becoming a brand new person. You're becoming a leader, and you do not develop those skills overnight. So people would just rather not go through personal development, rather not go through the so-called ridicule they get from their family or friends who don't understand their vision, they're not visionists themselves because why? They're in the predicament they're in financially right now. They're stuck. But deep down inside, this is how funny people can be. This is why you got to be very careful who you talk to about your dreams, guys. If you want to be an entrepreneur, and you've been trying to be an entrepreneur for many, I've been doing this since 1998. Have I been successful every single year? Heck to the no. But I never gave up. And now I'm in a position now where I'm helping other entrepreneurs who are similar to me, who've always had that desire, who maybe like me, they've been fired from every job they had because they just wasn't passionate about it. They didn't care for it no matter if it paid or not because it seemed like they were losing time. You trade away your time for money, and you get burnt out with that for so many years. Guys, you only live once. There's not a redo in this thing. There are people now in their 60s who want to do business with me now because they realize that, man, they squandered years in their 20s and their 30s and their 40s and their 50s by what? Building somebody else's dream. Am I knocking people that work jobs? No, I'm not. But I'm saying essentially only 20% of people working jobs today really love what they do. They're fully satisfied 100% of what they do. The remaining 80% do it out of status quo just to pay their bills, just to get by. That's squandering life. That's squandering time. You deserve better than that. But we've allowed so many fearful things to prevent us from walking to our calling that we just settle in life. Because we're too worried about what somebody else is going to think. So what if you got to struggle for years? So what if you got to lose your house? So what if you're going to lose all your money while you're building your empire, building your business? Let me ask you this. Are you telling me that you wouldn't choose to suffer for a year or two where maybe you got to change the way you live? Maybe you got to cut off some TV. Maybe you got to cut off some phones. Maybe you can't go on vacations too much. Maybe you can't travel, go out to eat somewhere. You tell me you're not willing to sacrifice a few years of pain. I'm just saying, for example, to have the next 30, 40 years of your dream life. Are you telling me you're not willing to sacrifice a year or two of pain, of making sacrifices to live the life of your dreams for the next 30 or 40 years? Well, look, it never happens when you stick with a job. Jobs are not created to make you wealthy. They're not created to make you free. That's not the purpose of a job. The person who owns that job, owns that company, those are individuals who are free. Those are individuals who are fully satisfied with their lives. Those are ones who can freely go and freely come. But yet still we frown upon an entrepreneur who struggles for a bit, because while he's building his dream, building his empire. But I always heard, and this is true, either you're building your dream or you're building somebody else's dream. That's it. There are no in-betweens. You can try to put it down, but I know there are people out there like that, like me, who took on jobs, and every time they just felt that out of place, you felt a void in your heart. You felt that you was wasting your time there. Because while you was, in your idea, you're doing meaningless work. And you're like, man, time is the most precious thing that God has given us. Time and our free will. And just imagine how many of us squander so much time by giving our lives to jobs and places we're not supposed to be. Let's think about that. Commuting back and forth. I mean, we squander so much time in being in places we're not supposed to be because we are afraid to pursue our dreams. We're afraid to become a freedom chaser. We're afraid of doing that. But you know what? No control, fail. But you know what? if you continue to allow fear to handicap you, to put you in his deadly grip, you always will just be I also ran. You would never be able to leave a lasting impact, a legacy to pass on to your kids. What are you teaching your kids? I got an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old. I teach my kids entrepreneurship right now. I was never taught that growing up. I was taught the traditional system, get a job, work for somebody your whole life. Because that's what my parents knew. But I don't teach my kids that model. I give my kids options. There's so much out there in the free world today in 2013, guys. There's really no excuse. And if you feel that you are in a place right now where you're working a job and you feel that you're not totally satisfied, you know that God has called you to do something more, and you feel that something needs to be pulled up inside of you, look, I can help you pull it out of you if that's what you want. But you know what? The way you get unstuck in that situation is by you making a decision. And truly, that's almost an oxymoronic statement, because you know why? You're making a decision right now. When this video is over with, you've already made a decision before this video is even over with. You've already decided right now, I'm going to click the link below this video. I'm going to get started and see what Chris is talking about, because why? I feel like Chris. I've always been in a situation where I always wanted to have a successful business. I've struggled in different businesses. I've been fired from jobs because I just was not passionate about it. I didn't care about it. It just didn't bring out the best in me, no matter if I made $80,000 a year or whatever. No matter. I knew some deep down inside, I got an entrepreneur spirit within me, and I want to be my own boss. I want to create my own lifestyle. I want to create my own economy. I want to be free. I want to go on vacations when I want to go on vacation, and I don't want to have to give an account. I don't have to ask permission from somebody. If you've been feeling like I've been feeling for 15 years, you've already made the decision to click the link below the video. So I don't need to tell you to click the link, because you already know what you need to do. And the others who are going to steal, they feel the same way. They feel that they have the entrepreneur drive and spirit within them, but fear is preventing you from taking action. Security of having a steady paycheck every 2 weeks is preventing you from taking action. Look, I'm not telling you to quit your job right now. What I'm telling you is that if you know you're unfulfilled in what you do every single day, you can decide to change that right now. That can change for you right now. And then maybe a few months down the line, you can quit that job. But it starts today. It doesn't start 6 months later or a year later. Because ask yourself, what's going to change for you? What's going to change in your life? What's going to change in your life if you decide not to get started? What's going to change in your life? Tell me. What's going to change in your life 2 years from now? You're going to be in the same exact predicament. Nothing's going to change. Why? Because the job never changes. They get new people to do it, and you're just a number. Once they went over budget, they will cut you. You're just a number. And if you have not taken action to create your own economy now, you set yourself up for disaster, guys. But look, that's how you get unstuck. You got the drive, you got the passion, you got the desire to be an entrepreneur, and you don't know the direction to go, you don't know where you get started, I can help you with that. But you got to decide to take action. I can't decide for you. You got to decide. So, take action. Somebody's hit another home run. Take action, guys. Utilize this link in front of you guys, because your change starts at the beginning of a decision. Your change starts at making a decision, and it starts by clicking the link below this video and getting started. That's how you get unstuck out your job. That's how you get unstuck out your job. That is how you get unstuck out your job. Click the link below the video. Follow the information where the link is going to take you. Do everything you see. Do everything you see there, and get started. I'm going to see you on the inside. Post your comments below. I always like my videos. I'm about to go to the gym, guys. Peace out.